They have released the dog. I'm Lil Rick the gamer, do it 100% gamer, bro. If no one else working hard, I would do it for the gamer. Show. Can't contain my flow. I need to play a game for sure. Maybe RTS, RPG, or maybe even MMO. Howdy, and welcome back to another Lucid Adventure Idle RPG video. Now, I need you to hit that like and subscribe button as I post content daily. Tell them again, gamer. Daily. Bring it back, gamer. Daily. DJ Khaled, gamer. DJ Khaled, that's daily. Another one. All right. And look at that PvP battle. Before I even get the chance to get into the video, yeah, we getting wrecked now. Plat 1. Alright, so today we're going to talk about breaking the gold wall. Breaking the gold wall? Game, what is that? What you mean by breaking the gold wall? Breaking that wall, getting yourself ascended to that next level, reaching your max power up that you can get when it comes to your gold. Now, we're going to go ahead and just go into listings here and show you kind of what our acquisition look like. We're on our speed gear at the moment, so it's not maxed. I guess I can swap off of Swift and go back to our farming gear so you can see it didn't swap over. Let me make sure it's on our farming gear. Okay, we should be on our farming gear. There we go. Now you can see my gold acquisition time, how many seconds that I'm down, and the stats for everything else. Now, and importance when it comes to what you should be doing to break over that wall, your time down on your acquisition is going to be the most important. Then probably followed by the whole gold acquisition, because this is the amount of gold that you're going to be able to get per interval. And then the power-up cost downs are going to be important, because how much it's going to cost to power up owns and how much it's going to cost to power up your characters are also going to be critically important. But you only got so much power-up stones. So with that being said, we're going to talk about what you need to do in the aspect of your power-up stones. Alright, actually, we need to stay on our farming set for right now so we can explain things using that. So in order to get the most out of, and we have a good example here, to get the most out of how much gold you're going to be able to get and getting over that hump, getting over that wall. Because remember in a previous video that I was talking about, where I think it's how to farm gold fast, and I said don't worry about getting over 14.99. When you're starting off early on in your early point of progress, you really don't have to get over your over the 14.99 at that time, because it's not important. You just focusing in on your power up and your weakening, getting that as strong as possible, because those stats are critically important. But as you start getting higher, as you start pushing towards that 6K and beyond that, then your acquisition time is going to start peaking and getting more important on those list of factors. So with that being said, we're going to look at what we have for our teams and on acquisition, because this is what we're focusing on with building. You see, we got Master Swordsman's max. Now, for your farming set, you definitely want to make sure everybody is giving as much acquisition time down as possible. And if they don't have a weapon that gives you acquisition time down, then you utilize whatever that you can power up for the Ho-Ho-Ends as possible. Like we have our warrior here with the power up cost down for characters. That's going to be good there. We got Darkwood acquisition time down. Sora has some acquisition time down. Finally got a good one with Choco BB. They got acquisition time down. You see some of these we already kind of got maxed out too, like an insane one for Tempest. So you can see the trend for every character. We're going for acquisition time down as much as possible, because getting that time down is going to give you more. This is going to get it to where you get your gold at 1 second, no matter how high you go. If you're at A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, whatever, no matter what letter you on, you can always have whatever amount of gold you get per second. And you want this for everybody, all the way through and through. So if you can't get time down, you just get the best you can. We got acquisition here, the bonus for the constant. I don't know why Constant's name just slipped me right there. Time down and everything. And then not only that, we're looking for it as well in the weapons. We're probably not going to have anything outside of the greens. Look at this. We can get some more time down here. At this point where I'm at, the time down is still good for once I get old. So for when I'm using like my other gear, like if I'm using my speed gear, if I'm using my strength gear, then it'd be good for like those because I'm not clearly focusing on it. But once I'm pretty much maxed out on my speed gear, then having the acquisition bonus, the character cost down, and the Hohoen's cost down is going to be a little more important. But we're going to go ahead and power that up anyway. So this is what you're looking for. See, we got even more in her weapons here. But like I said, I'm not currently looking for time down on everything. We got power up cost and we get time down on here for our collection effects. So on the collection effects, you're going to want to look for those stats too. Get as much time down off of your collection effects as possible. And this is how you increase how high and how strong it is. We're going to do this one for the max power up so we can get more power ups. But that's for other reasons. But this do have time down as well. So just some of the things that you're looking out for when you're working on your characters. You're looking at the collection effects because if it's not going to be equipped, like this is good, but it's not going to be equipped on them, so we're not going to worry about this. This is pretty much fodder for like karma weapons in my opinion or something like that. Even though he doesn't have karma weapon, but that's just fodder. No point of even like really even building it. None of that stuff is going to do anything. If we look at Lubu here, like I got most of the stuff starting to get maxed out for the characters I have, so a lot of things won't have anything. But we're gonna go through the list, look at some of them. I should invest into his max distance, but I'm just lazy right now. I know all his stuff is like that. Who's a good one? I think Sora was a good one for some of that stuff. Like she has acquisition here, park cars, but you can see I was leveling her stuff up because I barely got anything. But she has a lot of them that has like, yeah, look at that power up cost down. So much that we can invest into throughout all of them, like all these acquisitions, and then power up character power up cost down there to just make it less expensive for your team going on later on. But you definitely want to look at the time down. That's going to be the most important thing to focus on. The more time down you have, the better it's going to be later on. So I'm not going to blow through all of my currency here, or actually let's power up a little bit so you can get a good grasp of what I'm doing. I know plenty of you, this is going to be like self-explanatory to you, but for the people that just don't get it, this is pretty much what you do. You just go in, power up the stuff, and you're going to get the most out of it. You're going to get the most out of it as much as you can throughout all your characters. And everybody should have something, even if it's just a little bit of something. Everybody should have something like you know, he got horns, power up cost down here. It's not much, and we can actually power up this tremendously. We're gonna go ahead and we got that maxed out, so now that's done, and we get plenty of stats out of there for each one. And remember, we're doing this for the collection effects because those are permanent for our characters and everything. And we just go through our list as we acquire. Cause so I save up. I like to tend to save. I save my inventory. I save up my boxes so I can do everything in one fell swoop rather than just going through and just powering up anything. Because you might be wanting to just power up a bunch of stuff, and then that's just not the way to do it. You want to be strategic in how you powering up what you have in your box. What are your goals? What are you focusing on? Are you trying to get more power up bonus and monster weakening? Then you need to focus on that and don't worry about anything else. You work on those. Are you trying to get more team attack? Are you trying to get more team HP, defense, defense or more team effects like that, then you work on those and focus on those. But in this video, what we're talking about with getting over that gold wall and what's most important in that factor, we're working on getting our time down first and then all the other stats afterwards. So we're going to just focus on putting all of our power-up stones into that, because power-up stones aren't the easiest thing to come by, but if you save them and if you use them wisely, you can get a lot of value out of the power-up stones you have. Alright, now that we're over the 10-minute mark, we're going to cut it right there. I hope you guys enjoyed and learned a little bit about powering up a little more as I get in depth. Like I said, when I put out videos before, I'm putting out stuff just so you guys can have a brief understanding, but as I get educated, as I learn more about it, and as time go on, I'm going to update the information so you guys can have the best content for you going forward. Definitely want to give big shout outs to Afterman and Mikazuki that are also in my Discord, which is in the link in the description box below, as well as the pinned comment below, for going through, talking to each other, brainstorming, and putting together like the best strategy when it comes to this, because this is not just information and stuff that I tested out on my own. Well, I did my testing after receiving the information, but they did a lot of testing, they did a lot of that, and came up with this solution towards getting over that hump and maxing your stats out for your team so everybody can go even further. Now you can see we're a little bit high because I boosted up our power. So we're going to get those last little power-ups, and we're going to take everybody there because we boosted our team power up. Get these extra little pluses to our power. We're going to probably look and see if we can get more out of it so we can get over the 1900 mark and get to the 2000 mark. But until then, make sure if you like it, you like the video. If you don't like it, there is a button for that. Subscribe here, turn those post notifications on so you can view the content first when it goes live, people, when it goes live. And this is your host, Gamer Dude 2088, and I'll see you next time. And I'm out. Deuces.